Alright guys, I'm coming to you live again here in northern New Jersey. It is a beautiful, beautiful end of summer evening. I have a little different kind of video this time. I was fortunate enough this past weekend to do a 1950s yard. And what was interesting is the property, some of the records went back to 1850s. So potentially there was potential to find stuff pre-50s. But anyways, as I told the homeowner, and why this is a little different, I didn't do any filming at the house, so this is just going to be kind of a wrap-up video. But I'm going to do it in chunks, kind of, where I'm going to talk about a few things and show pictures, and then talk about a couple other things and maybe show pictures. But anyways, yeah, what I told the homeowner is this is kind of why I got into the hobby. A 1950s house, it's a little late, quote-unquote. A lot of people do it for the old history, 1700s, large gen, 1800s, stuff like that. But just for the, the average metal detectorist, besides going to a park or a beach, doing yards is a great way. And 50s, to me, 50s and older are the perfect age range, and at this being 50s, and just looking at the board, as you can see the spread, this is just why I did it. And I didn't do any filming because the homeowner was so nice. I was talking to him and his youngest son. So big shout out to them. Thank you so much again. But yeah, this is why I got into the hobby. Just a beautiful array of finds, from silver to toys to just other coins and stuff. So let's just get up to the wrap up, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video. It wasn't my intention, but after all the finds, I was like, man, I think I have to do a video. So anyways, we'll start with the left side. We'll do the toys first. So just giving it just a close up real quick, since I didn't do a wrap, any filming in the field. So we'll start up here. My first lead toy. It is a lead Native American. He is missing his leg and maybe the bow, but very cool. Doesn't have any writing that I was able to see. But yeah, very cool. Still has the paint, and yeah. So there's first toy. Second toy is this biplane. Unfortunately, it is broken. I could not find much information about it, but after this first clip, this part of the video, I'll show a picture of what it looks like when it was whole and complete, and used to be played with. I'm gonna guess the 50s probably, because the toys kind of range from the 50s to the 70s. So yeah, and then we'll go to this other one. It's a yellow taxi, die cast. There's no markings in it, which I thought it would be, because this is a die cast, this is a die cast, and they're both Tootsie Toys. So I thought this would be a Tootsie Toy as well, but no markings. So maybe it's a Tootsie Toy knockoff, but it is a yellow taxi, very fragile. And then moving on to the more interesting ones. We'll start, as I mentioned, the Tootsie Toys. So you can see right there, it says Tootsie Toy USA. So that's one Tootsie Toy. This one's a little bit better. It shows. Oh, there go my notes. You can't really see it, but it says Tootsie Toy. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's upside down. Tootsie Toy Chicago, USA. One sec, I gotta get my notes. As I mentioned, I do have notes. History is my favorite part as well. So anyways, yeah, so two Tootsie Toys. This one is actually Mercedes-Benz. You can see the logo kind of coming through. So Mercedes-Benz convertible. And here we have a yellow tanker, about the 50s. Just a quick thing about the Tootsie Toys. As I mentioned, it was started in Chicago, Illinois. Probably around the 20s, but the idea and the name the original company goes back to the 1890s. Then moving on to maybe more common cars manufacturers to people, we have a beautiful Hot Wheels called the Mighty Maverick, 1969, made in Hong Kong. So it's cool as this is a second-year car. The company was started in 1968. And that is the Mighty Maverick, which was based off of the Ford Maverick. So pretty cool that we have a pretty old, almost original Hot Wheels. And then we have a Matchbox that most people have heard of, 1971 Matchbox, Stretcha Fetcha. Also says made in England, Lesney. So Lesney was the original company, the parent company, which was started in 1947 by two friends. It was eventually started in 1947, and by 1982 it was the Matchbox company. It was started, as I said, by two friends whose both last names were Smith, no relation, but it was Leslie and Rodney, and the combination of Leslie and Rodney, they got Lesney. So very, very cool. It's a medical evac kind of car. So we will, oh, and I guess the marble is considered a toy, so we'll put that in there. So we will take a pause and I'll show some videos or some pictures of what these things look like new and much better looking. Okay, here we are with the second half of the video. Here we just have some modern clad, modern change, stuff that's not silver or anything that is a wheat cent, which are right here. Call them wheat cent because they have two stalks of wheat right there. And these were minted from 1909 to 1958. And these coins are a good just indicator that you're in a old spot, good ground, keep digging. Yeah, you never know. Oh, I forgot about this. This is just some sort of cat pin, I think it is. Missing the back part. And then this interesting Chinese coin button cover or something like that, or button. I don't think it's anything interesting or old or anything, but just pretty cool. I guess it is interesting, but nothing old or crazy. And then the four finds of the day. I guess we'll start with the silver. We have two Mercury dimes. We got a 1938 and a 36. And they were actually stuck together with these two wheats. And you can see they have some sort of weird coloration going on to them. I don't know if they were like wrapped in foil and then burned or something like that. But there was some sort of weird foil looking thing on top of them. Anyways, these were minted from 1916 to 1945. And as well with this Washington, they were 90% silver. This is a 1953 Washington. And then silver Washington quarters were minted from 1932 to 1964. So yeah, any dimes or quarters that are pre-64 are 90% silver. So if you have a lot of change sitting in your house, recommend to go through that. And then last but not least, I guess the find of the day. And as I mentioned, the house was from the 50s, but the land records do go back to 1850. And here you go with a 1902 Indian head penny. We actually had to move the trampoline in the back, and that was actually under the trampoline. So would not have found that without moving that. So these were minted from 1859 to 1909, and they were called an Indian head penny. So that right there. So very cool, very cool. As always, thanks for watching. When you're out there, pick up some trash. And again, a big shout out to the family that let me protect and keep these finds. Oh, we also did find a giant, like those pennies that are like, you know, like 10 times as big. I think they're like 6 inches. I think we looked it up. I found one of that, but the little boy did keep that. So of course, glad to give it to you, and I hope it did clean up well. Anyways, big thanks to you guys, and as always, beep beep.